Hello again, welcome back to my YouTube channel if you're seeing this on YouTube. Today I have a little message that I just want to kind of put out there for any hairdressers out there who are thinking of setting up their own hair salon. Before I begin with this video, I would just like to make a disclaimer that all of this information is from my own experience. This is my truth. So I think before you decide to buy or build your own hair salon, the first thing to think about is why. Why do you want a hair salon? Really ask yourself this. I don't mean to scare you, I just mean to have a really serious talk with you so that you don't make the worst decision of your life. For me, I'll just tell you why I wanted this. I'm gonna say number one was freedom for me. Number two reason that I wanted my own hair salon was wealth. I wanted to, have money. Like, who doesn't want to have money? And the last reason for me, it's my passion. I absolutely love hairdressing. I always have, I always will. It's a part of me. Okay, let me talk you through this. Number one, let's analyze the first thing that I wanted, which was freedom. My idea of freedom was having a business that I could kind of come and go from, to have the freedom to go on a holiday if I wanted to start a family if I wanted to do that, to not be stuck and having to work the 9-to-5 set roster. You know what I mean? That was my idea of freedom. And I think my idea of freedom also is financial as well. The reality of that freedom is you are going to have to put someone in charge of that salon when you're not there, okay? And you're going to have to trust this person. That's a sensitive topic for me. But just realize that a part of that freedom for you is actually putting someone else in charge. Can you do that? Do you think you can step back and put someone else in charge and really, truly trust them? I'm going to just give you a minute to analyze that. So you are going to be relying on this someone, whoever it might be. You may or may not find that person. You may think you have that person, you may think you have found that person, but until you actually go through it, you will never really truly know whether you can trust that person. So you're leaving yourself vulnerable, is what I'm politely trying to say. You are a different person when you're a boss. They will look at you like a different person when you're a boss. You're not their friend anymore. They don't want to associate with you outside of work. They don't want to go out for drinks. They don't want to be your friend because you're the boss, okay? You're the bad guy. And you have to be that way. That's the way it is if you're the boss. It's a common misconception that the boss is just rolling in money. So there's that. Even though you know you're not, I know you're not. But for some reason, staff that have never had a business for themselves, they just seem to think we're cashed up. So, they might not feel too bad taking a little bit of something here and there. Oh, it's okay, she's got plenty, I might just help myself. Yeah, just be aware of that. The second thing I want to dive into was my illusion of wealth, that this business was going to make me money. Let me tell you, it did not. There are so many overheads. If you have a business, every single person wants a piece of your pie, okay? Your number one thing that's going to take your money is going to be rent, and that is a certainty. You are definitely going to have to pay rent every week. Also, tax. You are definitely going to have to pay tax. Next biggest thing is staff, and it's not just the money that you're paying them hourly, it's their annual leave, it's their sick leave, it's their superannuation, it's withholding their tax. So it's all these hidden things. Also, you're going to have insurance. You're going to have public liability insurance. You're going to have insurance for your shop, for your business. You're going to have insurance for the glassware. You have to have a license here in Australia. I don't know about you, but it's called APRA. You have to have a license just to play the radio station in your salon, and you have to renew that license every year. These are ongoing costs. And then, let's not even begin with the product. All of these things are certain, okay? 100% certain. You can bank on it that every single month you are going to have all these expenses that you're going to have to pay. Do you know what's not certain? Your income. Yeah, let that sink in. That's terrifying. So I know I've got, these 10 different overheads that I'm going to have to pay. I don't know if I'm going to have that income. I don't know that. I can't guarantee that. Bills, certain, income, not a good combination. So that is just another thing that you can't control. And your staff, they're entitled. And I don't just mean that, like, that they act entitled. I mean they legitimately are entitled. If they are entitled to their 10 sick days a year, and those 10 sick days a year don't add up, they don't get paid out, they don't accumulate, guess who's going to take 10 sick days a year, even if they're not really sick? Because they're entitled, simply because they can. Like, I get it, you know, if I can, I will. So yeah, don't expect them to be this, you know, these amazing staff members that are never going to take a sick day off ever. They will, because they can. Now, the last factor, the last reason that I wanted to have my own hair salon was that it was my passion. And let me tell you, this killed my passion. This took away every single thing that I loved about my job and my career and just threw it away, and I was left with nothing but the things that I hated. You know, I wasn't in an environment where I could nurture my creativity. I was so stressed out. I had to not worry about my creativity anymore, and I had to just worry about making money. It wasn't about me enjoying the job. It was about life or death, survival. Like, I've got to do this, bugger what I want to do. I have to do whatever comes in the door because I have to pay my bills. And that took away my freedom, in a sense. So there were my 3 reasons. I wanted freedom, wealth, and it was my passion. All of those 3 things just I couldn't have with my business, but it wasn't until I actually took the plunge and realized that this was just not what I wanted, not what I really wanted. It was not what I thought it would be at all. And then you throw a baby into that mix. I did actually have a baby while I had my hair salon. I thought, oh yeah, things are going well. You know, I've got someone in charge I can trust. Maybe now's the time to start a family. Now was not the time to start a family. Oh my God. Let me just prepare you for something, okay? And this is not just from my own personal experience. I've heard this happen over and over and over. We all have clientele, right? We all have people who come to us who want us. Be prepared for one of your staff members to go and buy another salon somewhere else and take half of your clients. Like, I know, dropping a bomb here, it happens all the time in our industry. There are a lot of backstabbers in our industry. It's just a part of the job. It will absolutely happen. It has happened all through the history of hairdressers and businesses. It will continue to happen, so prepare yourself. I had that business for about 2.5 years. I should have walked away like way sooner than I did. And I was so concerned about what everyone else thought of me, you know, so afraid to walk away and feel like a failure, which I did for a long time, that was just me, like punishing myself. I was so worried about what other people would think. Oh, you know, Sheree, she failed. Oh, look, her business didn't work, you know. Boo-hoo. I still walked away. I still felt all of that, except I hung in there for way too long. Like, way too long. It's not worth torturing yourself. So if you have a business right now and you're starting to realize, like me, that you've made a really bad decision, please walk away. Don't worry about what other people think. Don't worry about, you know, your staff or anyone else you feel responsible for, because I promise you, like, I promise you, they will put themselves first, as should you. You know, they can find another job. They will be okay. You might not be. You might not be okay if you go bankrupt. So just don't worry. Walk away. Walking away was the best thing that I ever did. And it really, having that bad experience made me realize what I really want. And I highly recommend, if you want to work for yourself, please just have a home salon or become a mobile hairdresser like me, because now I truly have got my freedom. And I mean, if I wanted to quit my rainbow hair artist business tomorrow, all I would have to do is throw my phone away, and that's it. No one would ever hear from me ever again, and I love that. But when you have a business and you have commitments and you've signed a lease and you have, you know, accounts and bills to pay, it's not that simple. And when you're not working, you're still having to pay those bills. When you buy a small business, what you're quite often buying is just a job without the benefits. Think of it. You become a slave to that business anyway. You know, if you want to actually make money out of it, you have to get in there and you have to work. You can't rely on your staff. They're never going to work as hard as you. They'll be the first, you know, when you're not looking to turn away customers and say, oh no, sorry, I can't fit you in, even though they probably could. They're getting paid hourly. Why would they care? They wouldn't. You care, so you work like a dog. So if you want to truly have freedom, don't have a hair salon. Just work for yourself from your own home so that you can actually leave when you want to, and you will not have to pay any overheads. If you're mobile or if you're working from home, I think this is just the best option. And also for you, you know, if you want to start a family and have children, such a better idea than having to rely on something that you can't control, which is staff and the whole business, you know, staff and how many clients you're going to get. If I don't make money now, it's okay. I just don't make money. I don't not make money and then still have bills to pay. You know what I mean? All you get is all the negatives. That's how I felt. I just like ditched all the positive things, all the things that I loved and I enjoyed about my job, gone. And all of the things that I hated, well, there they were. Job without the benefits. And I never felt like I owned that business, honestly. You want to think you own a business. And you go around telling everyone that you own a business, but really what I felt like was a slave to that business. Like that business owned me. I didn't own that business. I was a total slave. I didn't have my freedom. It was like being a slave. Yeah, I can't put it in any other words. But you're trapped. And your freedom is reliant on factors that you cannot control. That's not really truly free. When I had my baby and she was sick, I couldn't take a day off and be with her. I had to actually have her in the salon with me because I could not take the day off. My apprentice had to look after her while I cut hair so that I could afford to keep my business. And I want to just add, she was an angel sent from heaven. I am so very lucky that I had her. She was my saving grace. So some staff are amazing and loyal, and some are not. Well, I'm sorry if I've burst your bubble and you really were dead set on having a hair salon, but I hope that it's just kind of opened your eyes and just given you something to think about. You know, just think about why are you doing this? Why do you want to have this hair salon? And really weigh it up and realize that if it's freedom that you're chasing, this is probably not the way to achieve it. I had to be a person that I didn't want to be. I don't want to be the boss. I just want to be everyone's friend. And unfortunately in business, you can't run a successful business like that. You can't be everyone's friend. You can't. They will walk over you. Sadly, treat people the way you wish to be treated. And then you become an adult and you realize that that's not how the world works. Just because you were a great worker, just because you never took a sick day, doesn't matter, unfortunately. I hope that's been a little bit of an eye-opener for you. If you are someone that has a hair salon and you're thinking, you know, of getting out of it, just get out of it. I know it sounds a bit blunt, but like honestly, just don't be afraid. Don't worry about what anyone else thinks. If I can give you one thing, like if I could give you one superpower, it would be to just not care what other people think. That held me back so much in my life. So much worrying about what other people would think of me. Just don't worry. And yeah, walking away, even if you walk away with nothing, even if you walk away in debt, which I did, I walked away in a huge amount of debt, still the best decision I ever made, and I do not regret it for 1 second. So I think on that note, my video is done. Yeah, and I hope that's just been a bit helpful for you. there's my dog. If you liked this video and you want to see more, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, and that's it. That's my 2 cents on the matter. See you next time. Bye bye.